Tonight on Ctv3 News, several shootings reported in the old capital. 2 are fatal. Gun violence takes a new level as a shooter or shooters target the Roaring Creek police station. Students of La Immaculada School take part in conservation program, and Belize maintains its Tier 2 status on the U.S. Department of State's Trafficking in Persons report for 2024. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Monday, June 24th, 2024.
El siguiente es un comunicado de St. Francis Xavier Credit Union Limited. Reunión especial. Comunicado a los miembros. Estimados miembros, en conformidad con la sección 61.8 de la Ley de Uniones de Crédito, el registrador de uniones de crédito ha otorgado aprobación al administrador para que se lleve a cabo una reunión especial. Dicha reunión se llevará a cabo el domingo 16 de junio del 2024 a las 10 de la mañana en el auditorio Hugo J. González en el Centro Escolar México Junior College, aldea de San Román en el distrito de Corozal. Todos los miembros están invitados a asistir a la reunión especial, ya que el administrador proporcionará una actualización sobre los asuntos de la unión de crédito. Se requiere que los miembros presenten sus libretas y una identificación válida para registrarse. Los arreglos de transporte se anunciarán en una fecha posterior. Mensaje del administrador St. Francis Xavier Credit Union Limited.
Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7, I am Joanna Rodriguez. Over the weekend, a number of shootings were reported, some of them fatal. Yesterday, a man was shot dead while another is tonight fighting for his life. The incident transpired at around 4:20 p.m. in the old capital. The men, Stanley Moore and Joshua Gillett, drove to the KHMH in this BMW car, suffering from gunshot wounds. Gillett, who was driving the vehicle, was still alive by the time the paramedics got to the vehicle and was immediately taken into the hospital to receive emergency medical care. Unfortunately, Moore was already dead. Ctv3 News understands that the shooter or shooters shot at the BMW from behind, injuring the men. Police spoke about the incident earlier today.
On Sunday, the 23rd of June 2024, around 4:20 p.m., police visited KHMH where they saw a BMW car in the parking lot. Police checked the car where they saw the lifeless body of a male person. A second male person was seen with gunshot injuries and he was taken inside for treatment. Investigation is that 2 persons were inside a BMW car on Mahogany Street when they were approached by a person with a firearm who fired several shots at them. The 2 persons were identified as Stanley Moore and Joshua Gillett. Stanley Moore was pronounced dead on arrival at the KHMH, and Joshua Gillett received treatment and is now in a stable condition. We have 1 person in custody for this murder who will be charged later on today for the crime of murder.
But were the men the intended target of those bullets? That is what police are trying to find out. And while they put the pieces of this puzzle together, the media also asked ASP Milberto Romero about allegations being made by Stanley's mother, who prior to her son's shooting stated on record that should anything occur to her son, police are to blame.
In regards to Stanley Moore, his mother made some claims that he was being harassed by police officers. Do you have any information about this?
I do not have that information.
she claims that, well, she released a statement from him, a video recording of him saying if anything should happen to it, the police are responsible. So there's no information regarding if he had an incident with the police officer.
I do not know of such incident.
Police are seeking one more suspect who they believe can assist in solving the murder. The gun violence in our country has risen to a new level. Over the weekend, the police station in the village of Roaring Creek was shot at by unknown individuals. Police are still puzzled about the incident and are following all leads in order to understand what triggered the shooter or shooters to aim at the police station and shoot indiscriminately. We understand that at least one officer was sitting outside in front of the station when gunshots interrupted the peaceful night. The officer was forced to run inside the station to prevent being injured. The incident happened on Sunday between 12 a.m. and 1 a.m. Today, ASP Alberto Romero told reporters what police know so far.
Shooting on Sunday, the 23rd of June 2024, around 12:30 a.m. A report was received whereby a male person arrived at the street in front of the Roaring Creek police station and fired several shots toward the station. There are several holes in the building as well as a damaged glass window. Investigation revealed that 3 officers were at the station at the time. They heard the loud bangs and they took cover. Thereafter, when they came out, the suspect had already fled from the area. The scene was processed where several expended shells were found. We are seeking several suspects in regards to this shooting.
Possible motive behind what happened?
We have not established a clear motive. The matter is under investigation.
And Officer targeted, does he have a record of being like anybody outside of the
There were 3 officers there, so I cannot say if any specific officer was targeted. The person came from the street and fired the shots towards the station.
No one was injured. The special police operations still remain active as the department seeks to find those responsible for the incident. At the Lee City resident is tonight dead while another was arrested and charged for murder. On Saturday, police responded to a shooting incident that occurred on Pink's Alley in the Old Capital. Dion Martin Bowden was fatally shot around 1:20 on Saturday morning. Bowden was taken to the KHMH and was pronounced dead on arrival. Police have detained the 35-year-old Jeffrey Pott and have charged him for murder.
Saturday, the 22nd day of June 2024, around 1:45 a.m., police responded to a shooting incident at Pitts Alley in Belize City. Upon their arrival there, they found the lifeless body of Dion Bowden with gunshot injuries. Investigation revealed that Dion Bowden was at the alley along with other persons when he was approached by a male person who fired several shots towards him, causing his fatal injury. Dion Bowden was taken to the KHMH where he was pronounced dead on arrival. An investigation was carried out into this shooting, and since we have arrested and charged Jeffrey Pott for the crime of murder.
Was there an altercation between them that led to the shooting?
Yes, there was a previous altercation in the alley with Dion Bowden and another person before the shooting.
Was Dion known to police?
Yes, he was known.
Does it stem from previous beef between
All information we have is that they had an altercation at the alley at the time, so I cannot say if they had any previous misunderstanding.
That same night?
That same night, correct.
The investigation into Dion Bowden's murder remains ongoing. About half an hour after Bowden's murder, police responded to another shooting in the city. This time, shots rang out near Frederick Alley. According to official reports, around 2 a.m., Jeffrey Smith, 53 years of age, Earl Parks, 52 years of age, and Dolly Wade were riding their bicycles on Hydes Lane. However, as they passed near Frederick's Alley, they came under gunfire by a lone shooter. As a result, Parks and Smith were injured. Both men were taken to the KHMH for treatment. Today, police provided details of the incident.
Okay, on Sunday, the 23rd of June 2024, around 1:50 a.m., police responded to a shooting incident at Hydes Lane in Belize City. Upon their arrival, they found two persons with gunshot injuries. They were identified as Earl Parks and Jeffrey Smith. Information is that they were in the area at the time when they were approached by a male person who fired several shots towards their direction. They were taken to the KHMH for treatment and are now in a stable condition. We are seeking several suspects in regards to this shooting.
You said their names were Earl Carlson and Jeffrey Smith.
Earl Parks and Jeffrey Smith.
Is this shooting ever
Yes, it is gang elements that we suspect carried it out. So we are following up on several leads.
Police said the victims were the only ones in the area when they were shot. Coming up next, Nevi's Music School, a dream come true for a Corosaleña. Stay tuned.
The Orange Walk Clinical Lab Summer Promotion 2024 is here. Get your summer promotion on glucose, cholesterol, triglyceride, and hemoglobin for only $20. Also, fantastic promotions on prostate PSA for only $50. We also have other packages on promotion. We also provide DNA paternity testing. We take this opportunity to inform the general public in the Orange Walk District that we are an approved NHI lab service provider. So for all your NHI lab tests, just visit your NHI medical provider and visit us at the Orange Walk Clinical Laboratory. We take care of all your NHI lab tests. Results are provided the same day. Come visit us on number 20 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. Call for details at 322-0423 or 600-2727. Call 630-1479. Remember, don't wait for symptoms. Check your health today. The Orange Walk Clinical Laboratory.
Cecily Morgan once said, "Music is life, that's why our hearts have beats." That phrase fits in Nevi Chan like a glove. She is a music lover who resides in San Joaquin, Corozal. Since childhood, Chan has been following her dream of becoming a musician. But that dream did not become a reality until after Chan got married, and today she is the founder and proprietor of Nevi's Music School in San Joaquin, Corozal. Reporter Elmer Cornejo sat down with Chan to find out what the journey has been like and how today young people across the country have access to a music school that is affordable and accessible. Here is that report.
Meet 42-year-old Nevi Chan, born and raised in San Roman, Corozal. Chan has been a big dreamer since she was a child. At the age of 8, Chan developed a passion for music, and she knew right there and then that she would do anything to become a musician. However, life would prove that she would have to climb mountains to make her dream come true. This is how her story begins.
Well, the school was from the bottom of my heart many years ago when I was 8 years old in school. And I remembered a musician going to my school, and that's where I got the attention of playing many instruments. And I remember that the principal said, no, only upper division are entitled to go to that class. As an 8-year-old, I was sad. I said, but why I'm not given the opportunity to go and play an instrument? For me, my little world was to go and play the guitar, the piano, the maracas. And you can imagine how my heart was feeling that the teacher said that I can't go because I was in standard 3. I can recall. And that's what remained in my heart. And I say, I would wish to play a guitar a piano. And I remember joining a high school, Escuela Mexico, in San Roman, where I come from. And I remember going, my first day, I was looking for a music teacher. Sadly, again, no music teacher. And when Nimodos, I keep on doing my general studies in high school. Then I graduated there and then joined the Corozal Junior College, which for me it was another awesome opportunity, and sadly, no music. Again, I did my business administration, but no music, no drama, no arts.
After completing her formal education, Chan engaged in various jobs and then got married. She found herself living in San Joaquin, where she would start a new chapter in her book of life. Her husband would gift her the first keyboard she still owns. Thereafter, in 2018, through peculiar circumstances, Nevi's Music School was born. Today, rhythm and harmony find their way in students who form part of Nevi's Music School. For Chan, it is a dream turned a reality, since she is of the firm belief that students in primary and secondary school must participate in many skills, including learning to play an instrument in order to holistically excel in all aspects of education.
And I did my ABRSM international exam that comes from London. And I did several exams as well, which now I'm taking more lessons to that, more exams. And now, Nevi's Music School. I didn't want to open a music school, Elmer. You know what? How it came about? I remember I said, now I am a mother, and I want to teach my children music. And I did it for myself. I said, okay, well, I don't work. I am a complete housewife now. I will make sure that my children will receive a music education from whom? From me, from their young age, exactly. And that was the interest, but for me and my children. But I remember a sister telling me, you know what, Miss Nevi, can you give classes to my daughter? And I tell her, I'm not giving classes. But yes, the teacher said, Mr. Carell, that you can help her. Okay, well, come. And that friend, that Aliyah, her name is Aliyah, she came to her classes, clarinet classes. So I started to give her the lessons, the theory lessons, and all the clarinet lessons. So that's where the next week she came with another friend. And then the next friend bring another two friends. When I say my house is full of children.
After 5 years, Nevi's Music School had to adapt even when the COVID-19 pandemic shook the entire world.
Well, in 2019, where all we got struck by the COVID 2019, that was the year that everybody was locked down. And, and that was not a problem for our school. We went online. And online, I had over 150 students joining their classes. I remember getting from 6 o'clock in the morning, giving classes away to 10 o'clock in the night. And I had students all across the country. And that's how we did the classes online. The year passed. For those 2 years, I can say. And now, thanks God that we are now back in track. And that's how we continue with the collaboration now with Palotti School of Music. Now they have a collaboration with us, with Nevi's Music School. They come once a month to give the extra, assistance for the students, for exams, for violin master classes, for piano master classes as well. We have beginners, intermediate, advanced students.
Today, Nevi's Music School caters to students across the country in various disciplines at various levels. To access more information, Nevi's Music School can be contacted via Facebook or at telephone number 655-7922. Elmer Cornejo, Ctv3 News.
Infant 2 and Standard 1 students from La Inmaculada Primary School here in Orange Walk were part of a countrywide conservation outreach program facilitated by the Belize Mexico program under the Bonefish and Tarpon Trust. The project seeks to engage young students from across the country about the importance of conservation, particularly focused protecting the fishes and their habitats in Belize. Focusing particularly on 3 protected species, including bonefish, tarpon, and permit, the students learned through a short presentation the importance of conservation works being carried out to ensure the sustainability of these marine species and their habitats, which form a major part of the livelihoods of many Belizeans.
It is a countrywide effort that started last year in Punta Gorda with the primary schools, and now this project is extending with the help and support of Copal Tree Lodge. And with this, we have been able to reach to nearly 75 schools across 13 coastal communities. But again, we're also trying to reach us mostly at this time, inland communities. We're sharing about the importance of habitats or ecosystems to these fish, mainly tarpon, bonefish, and permit. These are all 3 protected species in the country that they are designated as catch and release only. The importance of the environment or their ecosystems is important also because people depend on these fishes for a living. And when these environments are destroyed, these individuals have a difficulty in making an income for their families.
Engaging the very youngest in our school system, according to coordinator of the Belize Mexico program, Dr. Adil Paris, ensures that this information is relayed from the bottom up.
Yes, usually conservation would target an audience of higher age, but in this case we're targeting lower division, which includes primary schools, infant 2, and standard 1. In these cases, we have been able to work with teachers who have also have experience, and with this, they have been able to manage and also present the information very well to kids at that level.
In the end, talk to us about what you guys hope that these different schools, these different students that participate in the program, walk away with in terms of what you guys are trying to bring across and just, conservation on a whole.
It is very important for children and even the greater audience to understand that we live in an environment that depends on the healthy ecosystems. Our waters need to be free from pollutants. Our environment, we need our ecosystems. And with that, animals need these ecosystems to live. So with that, children from these that we have been able to reach in this last month will be able to take that message as well at home and learn about the importance of these ecosystems. And those are topics that are also covered in schools. So in other words, this just helps to reinforce or just use one example to reinforce what is already being taught in schools.
The short 15-minute presentations offered by the folks from the Belize Mexico program, according to Infant 2 teacher at La Inmaculada RC, Janine Hewlett, ties in directly with the ongoing school curriculum and serve to engage students in a meaningful way.
I would like to thank the Bonefish and Tarpon Trust for the outreach program coming to our school. It was very informative and it's in line with what our curriculum is targeting at this moment, which was protecting the environment. It starts here at this age to be informed, and it will trickle down. Hopefully when they're an adult, they know what to do. The information shared today was to the children's level, which is an infant 2 level. Very interesting. The hands-on that they got to practice where they live and the habitat and so on, it will apply, and I do know that the children took away a lot from this presentation this morning.
The project also engaged students from various other primary schools across the Orange Walk district. The government of Belize today announced that the country has maintained its Tier 2 status on the U.S. Department of State's Trafficking in Persons TIP report for the year 2024. This status, according to a government release, is a testament to Belize's ongoing efforts to combat human trafficking and protect victims. The Tier 2 ranking, according to the release, acknowledges Belize's substantial efforts to comply with the minimum standards for the elimination of trafficking. The government further highlights its recognition for the complexities of this global issue and commitment to continuous improvement and comprehensive strategies to tackle human trafficking within its borders. The report acknowledges Belize's efforts in convicting 2 traffickers and continuing prosecutions of 5 alleged traffickers, identifying more victims and increasing investigations. According to the report, the government of Belize also cooperated with foreign law enforcement in cases that resulted in arrest and in the conviction of a trafficker, consulted with survivors on anti-trafficking laws and policies, and provided awareness training to liquor licensing board members. In the contrary, the report also adds that the government did not adequately address official complicity in trafficking crimes nor initiate any new prosecutions. The government did not take adequate measures to screen Cuban medical workers, People's Republic of China PRC nationals, or Indian workers for indicators of trafficking. It also did not adequately oversee labor recruitment or train its diplomats. In ending, the government of Belize reaffirms its dedication to eradicating human trafficking and calls upon all citizens, organizations, and international partners to continue to collaborate in this critical fight. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize!
Hey there, smart thinkers! We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a lone ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
No, I can't leave this plan. I can't leave this plan.
Over the weekend, 30-plus officers attached to the Orange Walk Police Formation were in the community of San Jose Nuevo Palmar, where they were engaged in a meet-and-greet session together with the Palmar Neighborhood Watch and members of the Village Council. The meet-and-greet session saw officers engaging with community members to establish a working relationship between the two, which would in turn foster an atmosphere of trust and respect. These kinds of engagements, according to Chairman of the Palmar Village Council, Landy Ayuso, help to establish a strong relationship between the community and law enforcement, which helps to keep the community free of crime.
We had the police department visiting Palmar Village this weekend. What the police does, they have this community policing. It is a continuous thing for them to be visiting villages. So what they do, they usually work along with the neighborhood watches in every village. And then the purpose of this is for them to develop a good relationship with the villagers. Because most of the time, crime happens out there and villagers are a little bit reluctant because they feel bashful to talk to the police. But what this meet and greet does, the police comes to their home, speaks with them, and then they begin to open a channel of communication. So if we, the villagers, feel comfortable to be around the police officers.
Among some of the issues raised during this weekend's activity, according to Ayuso, is the need for more patrols in the community, as well as more police-led activities like the cadets.
Okay, well, this is a joint effort, right? The police is always in contact with the neighborhood watch. This is why we try to strengthen our neighborhood watch. As a village council, our job is to strengthen the neighborhood watch, be an active member in the neighborhood watch also. But neighborhood watch has their own person leading it out, their own leader, their own secretary, their own treasurer, everything. And we're inviting more villagers to join and become a part of the neighborhood watch. It doesn't mean that you have to be patrolling or arresting. All we need is vigilance for you to be able to look out for your neighbors. Neighborhood watch is about neighbors, looking out for neighbors, and so we start creating safe neighborhoods. And the police, when they come around, they always support the neighborhood watch, and they try to converse with the residents. And in the conversation, things came up like they mentioned certain areas where they see the young men are hanging out. They brought up points of like dark areas that need to be patrolled, so that when the police comes in at night at the village to patrol, they know which areas to go by. They spoke on noise pollution, and the police even went on to more friendly things, more than just talking about police work. They were talking about creating activities for young people. One is the cadet. Two, they were talking about bringing sports programs, but they want the entire community to jump on this. For them to be able to be successful with creating these sport programs and all of that, we need the community to be involved with them. So this is what the community policing and the meet and greet create. It creates that bridge between police, community, and then they could work together to make a better community for all.
This weekend's meet and greet included over 30 officers from within the Orange Walk Police Formation, including Commanding Officer Nasario Sib. The end of this school year is right around the corner, and that spells vacation for students of all levels. For parents, that means it's time to enroll your child in one of the many summer programs that will be made available by several entities. If your child is interested in music, then probably Nevi's Music School is the place for him or her. The institution is organizing its yearly music camp, and registration is already ongoing.
The Belize Northern Kids Musical Summer Camp is going to be from the 15th to the 19th and the 22nd to the 26th of July. That's next month of this year, 2024. And we are starting from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. And back then at 2 p.m. to 5 o'clock. And we are going to have two groups. In the morning would be the levels, the beginners, little ones as age from 3 to 5. We have intermediate and advanced would be the students who will join in the afternoon. Okay, and registration is for $10. The cost per child is $100. Now, it's $100 for the 2 weeks, $50 per week. For 2 weeks is $100. And we offer piano lessons, violin, drums, guitar, trumpet, saxophone, recorder, percussion, harmonica, pan flute, and you name it. For the beginner levels, we have children from 3 to 5 years old. We have singing, clapping, drawing, painting, arts and craft for the little ones. And of course, all related to music. The intermediate students, they will be getting the introduction to the music language, okay? And for the advanced students, that is going to be the knowledge and the application for music sheets, playing their instruments and playing solos, duets, and or in orchestra sometimes. The invitation is open for all the children, and we have program for adults as well. So if you want to join, don't doubt. We are going to have fun. And we are going to paint canvases. I do painting as well, drawing. And we are going to go out in the community. For this year, we are engaged in the planting of mahogany trees in the community here in San Joaquin Plaza. And every year, we try to give something back to the community. And thank you for the parents who have been year after year sending their child with us. And I know that this year you are not going to miss. And at the end of the camp, we are going to end up with a grand finale, a presentation on playing the instruments with all the children. They come well dressed with their necktie and their, their dresses, beautiful for that day. And then Nevi's Music School recognized them by giving them a certificate of completion for that year.
Today, the Belize flag was hoisted at the Chancellery of the High Commission of Belize in the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, marking the nascent of its operations. This reveal ceremony was overseen by His Excellency Gail Miller Garnett, High Commissioner of Belize to the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, accompanied by Captain Marion Hernandez, Second Lieutenant Ashley LaShawn Williams, and Lance Corporal Felicia Cal, Belize Defense Force soldiers undertaking studies in Guyana. The government of Belize continues to expand its diplomatic network by establishing diplomatic relations with countries and by opening diplomatic representations aimed at bringing development, prosperity, and assistance to its citizens abroad. The establishment of this new diplomatic mission in Guyana is a concrete manifestation of Belize's commitment to its bilateral relationship with Guyana and its intention to bolster its presence in South America. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Tuesday, June 25th here on Ctv3 and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at Ctv3 News BZ. Remember to wash your hands and remain safe. From all of us here at Ctv3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.